Yo, when you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous.
Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed today.
He definitely is looking like a fucking animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like, if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts.
I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
Jake Paul's mom, as well as his girlfriend, has shared her understandable worry over Jake's upcoming fight with boxing legend Mike Tyson.
Babe, what do you think about me fighting Mike?
I think you're gonna win, but he's the competitor that is like the most scary to me.
Yeah, he is.
What if he knocks you out? Like, is that your last fight?
He's not.
But what if?
You tell me. What if Jake gets knocked out?
Would you cry?
Yeah, definitely. But that's because I just feel bad and I just hope you're okay.
I've already mentally prepared myself for it. I'm ready.
Bro,
I've thought through every situation of you just cold out on the floor. I'm fine with it.
We need to sage this energy.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Despite staunchly supporting Jake and his brother Logan's boxing adventures, mother Pam Stepnick couldn't hide her anxiety when her son broke the news about his upcoming bout with Iron Mike.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
No problem. Saturday, July 20th. See you there, buddy. Good.
The YouTube sensation turned pugilist revealed that his mother was downright terrified and repeatedly questioned whether he was truly ready for such a formidable opponent.
Listen, if you think a lot of money's gonna make you happy, you never had a lot of money before.
So what do you value now? What's at the top for you to value?
Me, my children, my whole barometer of life. Yeah, that's the money, I don't know.
Jake Paul admitted that his mom is very scared of him fighting Mike Tyson. He stated, "She will be there, but my mom is very scared actually. Like, she keeps on asking me if I'm ready, asking my team if I'm ready. She's not liking this one, to be honest." Tyson, just looks scary and big, and his Instagram videos on the mitts look crazy and everything, so I get it. In a candid video clip from March, Jake asked his mom if she knew he was slated to fight Tyson, prompting a nervous chuckle from Pam. She then posed the unsettling question, what if he knocks you out?
Did I tell you that I'm fighting Mike Tyson? Bro, what the fuck?
However, it's not just Paul's mother voicing fears. In a YouTube video, Jake quizzed his dad, Greg Paul, on who his top boxer was, and without hesitation, the 61-year-old named Tyson as his favorite. When Jake hinted at fighting Tyson, his father was visibly shocked and cautioned him against it.
Growing up, who was your favorite boxer?
Mike Tyson.
Mike, right?
Yeah. Why'd you ask?
Because I'm going to be fighting him.
No way.
In July.
Dude.
On Netflix.
Are you fucking kidding me, Dad?
Yeah.
He's gonna be the hardest hitting you ever fought.
I know.
Dude, holy I'm gonna be freaking out.
Yeah.
Despite Tyson being past his prime, the boxing legend is buzzing for their bout. The initial plan was for Paul and Tyson to square off in July, but the latter had to delay due to health issues. Now, the 58-year-old icon who last battled Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition match 4 years ago is feeling the electricity of the event.
Do you think you'd be fighting again at age 57?
Hey, listen, it was written. That's all I know is written. Like millions of years before my bloodline was existing. It was written. And what do you think?
I think you look in pretty good shape. You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I think
wonder how you feel now compared to when you were fighting.
I feel I don't have to call people bad names. I feel really happy. It's gonna be a good thing.
And as a fighter, where are you?
Me? I'll be better by the time of the fight.
In your head. Are you the fighter that you were when you were the youngest heavyweight champion? Are you still that guy? Are you a different fighter, or do you still imagine you are what you were?
Well, no, I know. I never lied to myself, but I know I'm good enough.
During a recent episode of the Pound for Pound podcast with former UFC champions Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, Mike Tyson shared his thoughts on his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. The conversation took a humorous turn when Cejudo brought up his impressive 88% knockout ratio, highlighting his skills in inside fighting. Tyson, with his characteristic wit, playfully acknowledged Cejudo's prowess, while emphasizing that when it comes to fighting, it's not just about statistics. It's about the heart and instinct that come into play in the ring.
I'm going straight through him. He won't have to wait. He don't have to find me. All the running I'm gonna do is right at him. He ain't got to worry about finding me.
Worried about fighting.
Well, the world will be watching as I will be watching. Make sure you tune in November 15th. Mike Tyson taking on Jake Paul live from Arlington, Texas.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Come on.
We out.
Coming to what the pros have to say about this fight, Hall of Fame fighter turned promoter Bernard Hopkins branded the fight degrading. Hopkins said that he isn't surprised the bout is being sanctioned professionally, albeit with softer rules, because the sport that he has served since 1988 doesn't surprise him.
Mike Tyson coming out to fight Jake Paul.
I don't like it.
Is it because of the...
Jay, I look at Mike as like, I look at him different in a way of my era. Like people looked at Ali. And I looked at Ali different too, but not too many people. Marvin Hagler, Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't like it. I think it's become more of a sideshow with some sweat, maybe some blood, if we're lucky. I won't watch it.
What do you make of it?
I think it's a great entertainment way of showing the world that, you know, that's entertainment. And what I've done and what I'm promoting right now, Golden Boy, my partner Oscar De La Hoya, is it's entertainment. This is entertainment, but it's also boxing on the highest dangerous level. And you can't copy that in any way of pretending. See, you don't pretend in this sport. You play basketball, you play football, you play hockey, you play soccer, you play golf, but you don't play boxing.
Now actually sanctioned as a professional fight and not an exhibition fight?
Not in this sport. Normally the people that make the rules is normally the people that breaks them. So in this situation, somebody believe it should be named and give it some credibility even more. I'm not surprised what happens in boxing. I'm only surprised when it don't happen. Deep, ain't it? Pretty deep.
Roy Jones Jr. has a vicious warning for Jake Paul ahead of his fight with Iron Mike Tyson and says that the problem child should call off the fight before getting hurt by the heavyweight legend.
I think it's a great opportunity for both fighters, but I still think Mike probably gonna be a little too much for Jake.
Really? Because I've been hearing that people think Jake, being the young guy, may be too much for Mike, but
if he can get to the late rounds, yes. If he get to the round 4 or 5, maybe yeah. But he has to get out of the first 3 rounds.
Now you were in there with him, and I think you said after he still has his strength and his power.
Still got the power. Still got the power. That's why I say Jake has to get out of the first 3 rounds. If he get past the first 3 rounds, he got a chance. But the first 3 rounds are going to be devastating.
And if Mike catches them with one shot, is it?
It's over. It's over. If he throws them.
Roy Jones still remembers how powerful Tyson is in his later years. In another interview with Shane Mosley, Jones was asked about the fight right away and said that Tyson was the hardest hitter he had ever encountered.
Takes it serious like he took it with me, then he gonna take, I don't see Jake beating him because he's very hard to hit still when he's in shape. And he's still a very hard puncher.
Tyron Woodley, who fought Jake Paul twice in 2021, recently weighed in on the upcoming bout between Paul and Mike Tyson, suggesting that the matchup might be more evenly matched than many assume. Woodley pointed out that at 58, Tyson's age could play a significant role, while Paul's youth and energy could give him a legitimate shot in the ring.
It's a very even fight, to be honest. It's even because of the age of Mike Tyson in this.
Okay.
I think it's an even fight because of the age of Mike Tyson. He's completely, obviously, out of his prime. When in his prime, most of his fights were almost attempted murder. So literally, Jake would have stood a chance. Nobody would even commission or sanction a fight against him and Mike Tyson.
Woodley also shared some critical thoughts about Jake Paul, suggesting that the YouTuber turned boxer often chooses opponents who provide him with a strategic advantage.
He's always on a win-win situation. He's fighting guys that if he lose, you lost to this guy, you lost to Tyron, you lost to Anderson Silva, you lost to Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz or whatever.
Okay.
So he's always in a position where if he wins, he goes up. If he loses, it's like, okay, he took a risk, he took a chance. So I like the fight, I'll be at the fight. I was originally fighting on the card. We couldn't find a formidable opponent that made sense. So now just to support the event and be a part of a big event.
Stipe Miocic is enthusiastic about the upcoming boxing match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. He believes that Paul, known as the Problem Child, possesses the skills necessary to defeat Tyson, confidently naming him as his favorite to win.
Has he told you the honest truth about his opinion on you versus Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, who do you think's gonna win?
And don't lie.
I got you, babe.
Let's go. Thank you. He called me babe too.
Call you one, babe. That's what I do.
He called me babe first.
No.
He did.
He never called you babe on this episode.
Did you not?
Joseph Parker believes that Mike Tyson's age could be a significant disadvantage in the upcoming fight. While he recognizes the adage that power endures, he raises concerns about how much strength someone can maintain at 58. Parker notes that Tyson seems to be in good shape, but he anticipates that it might be a challenging fight to witness, suggesting a mix of respect for Tyson's legacy and skepticism about his current capabilities.
Listen, I'm all for boxing and all for big fights. But Mike Tyson is a legend, and no matter how great he was in the past with the ferocious style that he had and punches that he thrown and knocking everyone out, 58 years old is old for a fighter. And Jake Paul has the youth on the side, and with each fight he is getting better and better. So it's just, I think it's a hard fight to watch. It will be a hard fight to watch because you just don't want to see Mike. If Mike comes out and knocks him out, then we're going to be like, listen, he's, so the power, I think, is the last thing to go. But at 58 years old, how much power is left? And we do see short clips, but you're right, we're not sure what happens before and after those clips. So we'll see.
Colby Covington, a prominent UFC fighter, has expressed his disdain for the fight, pointing out the risks associated with Tyson's age. He believes that the fight could be detrimental to Tyson's health, given the significant difference in their ages. Curtis Blades has gone even further, declaring the matchup a joke and stating that he wouldn't even watch the fight, reflecting a sentiment shared by many who question the legitimacy of this event.
I think, Mike still looks like a superhuman for 58, but he's still 58 years old, and he shouldn't be fighting anymore. I don't think it's safe. I think it's dangerous. At that age, your heart might explode. He gets hit in the head, he might have a brain bleed. I mean, the guy, that's what I hope for. I hope that Mike Tyson makes it through injury-free and doesn't get hurt. But I don't like the fight. Jake's in his mid-20s. He's doing every chemical known to man. He's literally a lab project. They're just juicing him up, him and his brother. Yeah. Everybody knows that. The machine's behind him, juicing him up, putting every chemical known to man. So I think it's going to end bad. I think, Jake's going to probably knock him out within the first 2 minutes. And if he doesn't, then it'll be because he's carrying him and he's trying to make the freak show look like it's a competitive fight. But I hate the fight. I think it takes away from Mike Tyson's legacy when a guy like this comes in and beats him.
WWE undisputed champion Cody Rhodes is a big fan of Mike Tyson and wants to see a highlight knockout by the legend. However, he has also visited Jake Paul's gym in Puerto Rico and details that the Paul brothers have some of the best training facilities in the world. Concluding his assessment, Cody says that no matter how much he loves to see Tyson win, Jake Paul makes more sense as the winner on fight night.
That's a tricky one. I mean, I think everyone, when it comes to a Mike Tyson fight, even today, want to see this big legendary Mike Tyson knockout. But Logan Paul and Jake Paul have a wonderful gym, Problem Child gym down there in Puerto Rico, where I once got to visit, and I was blown away by. They have every modern training thing you could possibly think of, surrounded by the best professionals. And I know you see them in all these social and these influence videos and all this different content creation. They have such an arrogance and such a bravado, but if you've ever met either of the Pauls, they seem to be the most disciplined guys in the room. So as much as I love Mike Tyson, I think that's Jake Paul all the way.
UFC legend Randy Couture is confident that Tyson still has the knockout power to defeat any opponent. After watching training footage of Tyson, Couture remarked that even at 57, Tyson is still fully capable of knocking out Jake Paul.
Do it. I mean, look at the training footage. That pop is still there. That explosive speed and power is still there. I think this, you know, obviously he's still a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, but he's still got it, in my opinion. And so that bodes well for going out and this probably ending within the first or second round. And the longer it goes, just like when Mike was in his prime, the longer it went, the questions started arising. All right, how's the conditioning going to be? How's his mindset going to be getting into those later rounds? Because he traditionally didn't do as well.
Lennox Lewis, another boxing legend, has expressed a different concern. After famously defeating Tyson in an 8th round knockout in 2002, Lewis has stated that he is primarily worried about Paul's safety in the upcoming fight. He doesn't believe that Tyson will be seriously hurt, but he has reservations about how Paul will fare against such a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself, and he's boxing against a guy that not as good as boxer as he is, and Mike Tyson knows how to throw a good punch. He knows how to break you down, so I'm more concerned about the other guy than Mike Tyson.
Turning to the ring at the ripe old age of, I believe, 58 or 59 years of age. Your opinion on that, of course, as somebody who, you know, you've been rivals with Mike, you've known Mike for many, many years. A lot of people concerned about him returning to the ring against Jake Paul.
What are they concerned about?
Oscar de la Hoya is worried for Tyson's well-being. Oscar believes that Tyson has a puncher's chance to win the fight, that too in the first 3 rounds. Other than that, Oscar didn't seem impressed by what Jake Paul has been doing in choosing his opponents.
It's not going to be dangerous for Tyson. It will not be dangerous for Tyson because, I mean, Tyson's been up in the ring with, you know, monsters. He has a chin. I'm sure he can go 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, you know. But I'm just concerned about, you know, Tyson's legacy. That's it.
Yeah, if Jake catches him with something, he is 57.
You just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring, you know, against a strong guy, a strong bull like Jake Paul. So it's
is that good or bad for boxing if Jake finds a way to knock him out, yet alone beat him? Like
I think it'll be I think it'll be sad for Tyson. You know, I'm not sure how or which way it affects boxing because I think a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching.
Gareth A. Davies was also very concerned upon hearing the news of this fight turning into a proper sanctioned boxing match. He said that he doesn't want to see a boxing legend like Mike Tyson lose to a YouTuber like Jake Paul.
I am very concerned about the news this week that this is a sanctioned boxing bout that will count on the record. I do not want to read on boxrec.com or on Wikipedia that Mike Tyson in 2024 lost to Jake Paul, an influencer and a YouTuber, in a veritable boxing match. It's just not right, and I think we should be concerned about his health, and I think we should be concerned how one of the greatest living icons of our sport, Spencer Oliver.
Sergio Mora also bashed Jake Paul for picking up a fight against an old Mike Tyson. Mora also highlighted the training videos that Tyson is posting and points out that posting videos is way different than getting in the ring.
Mike Tyson, 58. What is that good for boxing? You know, fighting a Jake Paul who's obviously in I think late 20s.
Look, man, I've always been a critic of Jake Paul and, you know, having him fight real fighters and boxers. But fighting a fighter that hasn't fought in over 20 years, and Mike Tyson, he got beat, you know, 20 years ago. And
he lost the last 2 fights, got knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out the last 2 fights. So at 57, 58 years old, come on, man, you're fighting a senior citizen, you know, and it's not fair. I mean, he can look like a beast, Mike Tyson, for like the 10-second clips that he posts on social media. Anyone could do. I could look like a killer right now on the pads for 10 seconds, but as soon as you turn that camera off, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing and sore. Mike Tyson's not gonna be a good look for his legacy.
UFC CEO Dana White has also chimed in, critiquing Paul's mindset as he prepares for the fight. White has questioned the reasoning reasoning behind Tyson's decision to take on such a challenge at his age, raising doubts about the intentions behind this matchup. Many in the fight community, including Gareth A. Davies, have voiced their concerns about the implications of a boxing legend like Tyson competing against a social media star.
Wear off. That's why he has to get a guy like Tyson and
to try to get some credibility back.
When he fought somebody that was actually his age and was actually a boxer and was actually his size, he lost. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to shit on the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what he's doing, but I mean, come on, man, to be fighting Mike Tyson and, you know.
But Dana, how do you feel about this Tyson fight?
I love Mike, and I hate talking about it because he always gets mad at me when I talk about this stuff.
I eat your asshole alive, you bitch!
You know, when the fight happens, he'll be 58 years old. There'll be a 31-year age difference between these two. And, you know, Jake Paul did fight a kid his age and he lost. You know, I don't know, man.
I feel how you feel, but as fighters, we are a little different to where we always have a round in us. Doesn't matter how old we get, we always have a round left.
No, I get it.
Joe Rogan, a well-known commentator and podcast host, warned Jake Paul about Mike Tyson's remarkable knockout power, even at his age. Rogan maintains that Tyson still has the capability to deliver devastating blows, which brings an exciting and potentially dangerous element to the matchup. While he recognizes that Paul has established himself as a serious contender, Rogan emphasizes that Tyson's legacy and raw power make this fight particularly intriguing.
He's doing all kinds of things. He's not a regular 57-year-old guy. And then you see him hit the pads and you go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is a terrifying human being. I mean, he's still fucking terrifying. Hitting the bag, hitting the pads. He still has the ability to deliver those punches. And if any one of those hits anybody, they're fucked. You're fucked. It's not like his punches are, 30% of what they used to be. They're like 80 to 90% of what they used to be.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range. It's probably a little slower than he used to be. He used to be insanely fast. There's a video of Tyson hitting the bag as a 19-year-old, and he's throwing these combinations like, and he's 210 pounds, 215 pounds. I'm curious. I'm gonna watch the fight. We're all gonna watch the fight. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, it's a brilliant move by Jake, because like if he was gonna fight anybody else, people would watch, but would the same amount of people watch? No. This is the one. Just forget that Jake Paul is a YouTube guy and watch him box. Yeah. Kid can fight. And that Tommy Fury fight really showed that. Goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer.
The one thing he doesn't want to do is fight Mike.
No.
He wants to fight Mike, I think.
Why? I don't give a fuck if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson.
Mike's in good shape, too.
He trains with Rafael Cordero. When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson, and Tyson smashing the mitts, like, Jesus, that guy will hurt you. The way I look at it, I say, if this kid was not a YouTuber, if he wasn't some guy that you knew from the time he was like 16 years old on YouTube, and you just saw him box, and you saw him knock out former UFC champions, you saw him beat legitimate boxers, or beat athletes, and beat a bunch of MMA fighters, you'd go, this kid can fucking fight. He knows how to fight. Like, nothing he's doing looks wrong. He's not like sticking his head straight up in the air and winging punches with his eyes closed. He's fighting well.
What do you think about this matchup? Are you excited to see how it plays out, or do you share the concerns expressed by many experts? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and updates on the world of boxing and beyond.